All right, before we say goodnight for real, I'd like to invite Erin on stage, and there's someone else too. Are you out there and willing to come up here? It's kind of a special treat. Our very good friend Darcie Molina also. Come on up. Erin Osmon and Darcie, we would like to do this could be a terrible idea, but we're kind of home right now. We want to do a shellac style Q&A real quick. So Erin and Darcie, come on up. This is Darcie Molina, ladies and gentlemen. We couldn't do this without Darcie. Darcie and I went to undergraduate together at Indiana University.
We did. You said we had classes together, but I don't remember.
Yeah. I had short hair, it was pleated khakis.
Oh, now I remember.
Yeah. All right, who has a question? Yes. Who wants to start? One time, Pete climbed to the top of the world's. Pete climbed to the top of the second tallest McDonald's in the world, outside of Oklahoma City. And Jason and I stood by his van. We're like, where the fuck did Pete go? And we'd like see a guy waving from the top of this McDonald's, like arching over a highway. I have a picture of it, and it's really great. Great question. Who's next? Anybody else have another memory though? Someone else got to. Pete, you have one?
We used to do these food experiments which we would put items of leftover food, let's say either on the windshield or stuck on the antenna. And one time we had a collection of a shrimp and a real nasty hot dog that had been on there for weeks. They were getting all blackened. We considered it science. And there was some area of a downtown, pseudo mall downtown revitalization bullshit. And we couldn't get into a load. For some reason, I think we were asking some police people for directions. And so one person's talking to a police person. I think they're both men. And the other policeman is just looking at this weird collection of gross, rotting meat that was on our antenna, just inexplicable, and that's one of my best memories.
Actually, Darcie, did Jason tell you any of his favorite? Did you get stories when he came home?
I think he tried to spare me most of them, but I know there were a lot of pranks. Yeah.
Those didn't stop. Yeah. He was a prankster. Question.
What was your favorite blatantly bullshit story that Jason?
Man. Do you want to start with that one, Darcie? That really runs the gamut, too.
Yeah. Didn't he at one point say that, Jimmy Page had played his guitar?
Oh, yeah.
Or something? Yeah.
That guitar's sitting right over here.
Bullshit.
Jimmy Page plays the guitar over here.
I like the one where he said Ralph Molina was his uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, and his brother's a spy.
Yes.
Is that really not true?
I mean, we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
He also said he invented the spreadsheet.
I didn't know what you were talking about, Mark. Yeah. He told me that. He invented the spreadsheet.
That's awesome because he could not use computers.
He used to tell us that his college roommate was a mermaid. And so, I was like, okay, what do you do with that? And then we were playing this super trendy club in New York, and they had a giant, 50-foot wide aquarium behind the bar, and women in mermaid costumes swimming. And so we do our sound check or whatever, and this woman with wet hair runs out to hug Jason, and she's like, Sparky! And gives him a big hug. So it turns out his roommate was kind of a mermaid.
We could go on. I don't know what the tallest one is, but the second tallest is outside of Oklahoma
Yeah,
City.
if you find the tallest one, I'll climb it.
Yeah. Anything else? No pressure. Darcie, I didn't introduce you at all. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I feel like you covered it.
Did I? we got to know each other. We got to know each other really well right when we're trying to get Jason a lot of help. And Darcie and I have spent a lot of time on the phone going over the bullshit and also the really good memories. And we would just have to. I felt like when we were making those phone calls, we would just. I would like often like drive to a parking lot. I was in grad school. I'd drive to a parking lot where no one was around because I knew it was going to be like an hour of tears and like uproarious laughter. And finding out what the bullshit actually was. Like, I didn't realize Erin wasn't a spy. We're gonna see him in a couple of days. I'm gonna ask him to his face. But she's amazing, and it's weird. Like Jason, the reason there's so many of us here, and we wouldn't all be here together if it weren't for him. And it's so amazing to feel that in a room like this, and to have everybody on stage doing this because of him. So he did do that pretty well. He did do that.
He did, and
Yeah.
he loved you guys.
Oh, well, we miss him. Damn it. We have time for one more question. Yes.
You said when Erin called you initially, she said, so what's the band doing? So you didn't answer that question.
What's the band gonna do? Well, the band still does stuff, but what she was asking really was why hadn't anybody asked us how the band felt about what was going on? And it was weird because we were all talking, and she had that insight of like, seems like there's a lot of people talking about what went on, but nobody actually asked the people who like lived in a van with their friend for 9 years. It's a gross van. It's right outside. Still 310,000 miles. We're gonna attempt. Yeah. Keep doing it. It's like it's a rolling jail and a rolling art museum. But well, we get to do this sometimes, and when there's a good reason to do it, we get to do it. So thank you for letting that happen. We get to make fun of. I mean, we would make fun of Jason in front of his face, but we still get to do that, and that was cool. Like he was good at defending himself by pranking us also, so that we get to be friends for a long time and like be in love with being friends and brothers and sisters. So that's what we get to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got one more, and thank you for sticking it out with us, and thank you for the questions. We'll be around, and we will see you again sometime.